Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Ever wondered how trauma affects our decision-making abilities? It's more profound than you might think. Trauma, whether emotional or physical, leaves a lasting impact on our brains. It shapes the way we think, feel, and most importantly, the way we make decisions. It's not just about the immediate aftermath, but the enduring influence it wields over our cognitive processes. From hyperarousal to emotional dysregulation, prefrontal cortex impairment to hypervigilance, the effects are multifaceted, so let's explore these effects one by one. Hyperarousal and emotional dysregulation. First on our list is hyperarousal and emotional dysregulation. When a person experiences trauma, their body can enter a state of hyperarousal. This is our body's natural response to perceived danger, a perpetual state of being on high alert. It's like our internal security system is always on, scanning for threats, ready to spring into action at the slightest hint of danger. This heightened state of alertness, while beneficial in genuinely dangerous situations, can become problematic when it's prolonged. It can disrupt our sleep, concentration, and even our bodily functions. But that's not all. This constant state of alertness can also lead to emotional dysregulation. This is when we struggle to manage and respond appropriately to emotional stimuli. We might overreact to minor issues or underreact to major ones. This dysregulation can cloud our judgment, skewing our perception of situations and influencing our decisions in ways we might not predict or control. So, hyperarousal and emotional dysregulation can significantly skew our decision-making process. Prefrontal cortex impairment. Next, we delve into the impact on the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain is like the conductor of an orchestra, coordinating complex cognitive behavior and decision-making processes. When trauma comes into play, it's as if the conductor loses their tempo. The prefrontal cortex's function can be impaired, leading to a cascade of effects. Imagine trying to make an important decision while juggling balls, and with each new piece of information, another ball is added. That's what it can feel like when the prefrontal cortex is impaired by trauma. The brain struggles to keep up with the demands, leading to poor decision-making. Impairment can manifest in various ways, such as difficulty concentrating, trouble organizing thoughts, and even a tendency to make impulsive decisions without considering the consequences. It's as if the brain's decision-making machinery is running on a faulty circuit. Thus, trauma-induced prefrontal cortex impairment can derail our decision-making abilities. Hypervigilance, fear responses, and flashbacks. Now let's talk about hypervigilance, fear responses, and flashbacks. Trauma has a way of rewiring our brain, pushing us into a state of hypervigilance. This heightened sensitivity to our surroundings is the brain's survival mechanism, always on the lookout for potential threats. It's like walking on a tightrope with our senses in overdrive, constantly scanning the environment for danger. This hypervigilance can seep into our decision-making, leading to choices rooted in fear rather than rationality. Imagine you're faced with a decision, but instead of weighing the pros and cons, your mind is clouded by fear, screaming at you to choose the safest, least threatening option. It's not about the best choice anymore, it's about the safest one. That's fear-based decision-making for you. Then there are the flashbacks, the intrusive memories of past traumatic experiences that can ambush us at any moment. These aren't just memories. They're full-blown, sensory-laden experiences that make us relive our trauma. And when these flashbacks strike, they can influence our decisions in profound ways. Instead of responding to the reality of the present moment, we might find ourselves reacting to a past that's no longer there, steering our decisions based on past trauma rather than present circumstances. Hypervigilance, fear responses, and flashbacks, therefore, can drastically alter our decision-making process. Difficulty trusting ourselves. Finally, let's discuss the difficulty in trusting ourselves. Trauma, by its very nature, shatters our sense of security and self-belief. In the aftermath, we often find ourselves grappling with self-doubt and a deep-seated lack of trust in our own judgment. This is not a personal failing, but a natural response to a traumatic event that has disrupted our sense of the world and our place in it. This lack of self-trust can severely impact our decision-making abilities. We may second-guess ourselves, feel paralyzed by indecision, or impulsively choose the path of least resistance, even when it's not in our best interest. These tendencies can make navigating life post-trauma feel like walking through a maze blindfolded. Yet it's important to remember that self-trust can be rebuilt. It takes time, patience, and often professional support, but each small step forward is a victory. In conclusion, trauma can reshape our decision-making abilities in numerous complex ways. Understanding these impacts can help us navigate life more effectively post-trauma. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.